Hello everyone and welcome to Reaper Soul Revival. Still messing up on the names every now and then, but you know, it happens. But yeah, in this video I'm gonna go through small tips, just a few facts for people, I guess. But yeah, anyways, let's move on. Best packs in my opinion, I'd say Assemble. So this one, permanent privileges. This one, you get one shiny ticket a day. It's very nice. It's a lifetime thing, won't expire, it's great. Next one is going to luxury fund, and it's these two funds, 20 and 50 euros. Quite hefty price, but I'd say those are one of the better ones. And quick campaign privilege. Now this one will allow you to get usually rank 1 in most of the weekly events that the game holds, and also it will help you boost in the early at the start of the game. Later on, if you're able to get the rank 1 position in these type of events, I think it's not necessary. But if you can't, then I can see a little bit worth on continuing it. Next would be growth fund. I think it was in benefits, and yeah, growth fund 60x rebate. It's a decent chunk of Magatamas. It's nothing too amazing, but it's one of the better packs, I'd say. And but yeah, anyway, let's move on. There's an event that comes around once a month, which is a reset event for Institute. Now, whenever you unlock this, you realize that you can put your 9 stars in here and you can essentially just reset it. You get your character, this character that you used as the base, all of their dupes bag and all the food you used will be turned into these substitutes, and they will go into your backpack. Like I have a 6-star substitute and I have 13 dark element substitutes because I reset my Grimjaw. Now, you also get a 10-star reset as well. Well, I say 10-star. It's like from 10 to 13 star are eligible for it, and this one is from 7 to 9 stars. But yeah, after you reset a 10-star, let's say, you will get the base 9-star back and all the food that you used for it and all the dupes you used for it. Okay, you get those back, and after that you would need to put the 9-star in here to get completely blank slate basically. But you don't necessarily need to do that because a 9-star is acceptable as a food, and I will be using my Kuchiki Rukia that I previously had at 11-star as food. I think it was 11-star, maybe it was 10, can't remember. Anyways, let's move on. Now, few people know this, but summons, these normal soul summons and Offworld summons LD, especially LD, you don't want to do these three. That's just fodder basically. At the end of the day, it's all about light and dark in every single gacha game, mostly. It includes a Genryusai, a Coyote, a Poro, Zero, Tenjiro, and Hikifune. Now those are all URs. All 6 of them are URs. One of well, 2 of them are more valuable than the rest of them, but you can also find them from soul summons. So be aware of that, but be also aware that there is a summoning event after, I think, the beginning of the, like when you get off the newbie event area basically. Let me find it. Okay, I'm back. I found it. It's in assembly, and where the shiny tickets was, it's at the far right. This is a summon event. It will be appearing at some point after 1 month of the server being released. So yeah. And usually it does last for about a month, so you do have sufficient time to do it. I think for the free-to-play, it's the first 300 summons. I'm not sure. Yeah, this one is also free-to-play. So once you do 300 summons, you unlock Office 2, which also has food like this, and you need to do 300 summons again to be able to unlock round 3, but that's only for VIP 10 and above. So be aware of that. Next we would be going for my advice on Offworld summons. Now, these tickets are rare. You do not want to be spending them outside of UR personally, in my opinion. That is a bad call. So you want to go specifically for 100 URs, not the 70 ones. You can get those anytime from like a random chance of, let's say, roulette. Like this one has Aporo and Kirinji. Actually, maybe we even do a spin to see if we can get one. Let's go here, buy one ticket, and let's see. So Kirinji is, for example, very easy to get because he is very available here if you're lucky. I'm not, but that's besides the point anyways. And there is another event that they usually appear in, which is Spirit World Summon. This one will not have the hundreds URs. It only have the 70s URs, which is Aporo, Sero, Higifune, and Tenjiro. But yeah, basically, you want to go for one of the 100s here. Now, if you are free to play, most likely choice would probably be Yamada Genryusai, or Yamato Genryusai, and Coyote, because they are both in normal summoning pool and off-world summons. Now, you might never see them because they are such a rare drop. I've rarely actually see people pull it. I do see people pull it, but it's very rare chance, even on Discord. So don't count on it, but I'd say those are the few units that might actually be worth to go as a free-to-play. Otherwise, you would need to save 500 points for like, for example, Gamuza for here, example, right? 500 points to have 5 copies to then make into a 10 star. Because imagine you don't have that. You have 300 currency, you buy 3 Gamuzas. Now what do? You have like what, a 9-star Gamuza? What are you gonna do with that in a team where most of your units are 10 to 13 star? It's not worth it. And now imagine in a week later they drop an OPUR and you're just basically done. It's gonna feel very, very, very bad after that, you know. So I do recommend, as a free to play, you're not gonna do anything with the URs anyway. So just save the points and don't spend them on a UR just yet. Anyways, let's move on. In Gotei Seat, let's go to Gate, Gotei Seat here. You see the people here, right? You might be rank 10. You might be a person who is rank 10. Well, that's fine. You can actually attack the person that's at the very top at rank 1 and knock them out of the seat, because you don't actually beat the person that's sitting on the seat. You're beating an NPC team, which is actually very weak unless it has been beaten multiple times, because every time you beat it and it evolves. So basically, if you select the number 1, evolve 1 time, I need to beat it once and it just gets a small boost, right? But if I evolve 50 times and beat it once, it evolves 50 times. Now it gets a massive boost. Now, if your server hasn't been, going at it for a while, you might actually be able to get seat number 1 very easily for very often, and you can annoy your rank 1 in PvP, even if you don't wanna, if you can't even beat him in PvP. But now you can beat him in Gotei Seat and annoy him a little bit. That's it. At level 100, you will get in your lineup a 6 unit. This ring here will be red and you can unlock it. It has some minor some minor quests that you need to complete, but it's quite simple. It's quite simple, quite easy. So yeah. Anyways, at level 120, you unlock a wandenreich. Anyways, you unlock this game mode. Now this game mode is quite boring, mainly because you will be needing 2 teams. Now you can spread your team around where you have only three main teams in 3 main units in your team, and like the other side has all of them like this. Anyways, but basically you need more than 1 team for this, and it's quite brutal, honestly, since you can't even use your own characters. If you saw that, my Ulquiorra, my Kirinji, my Gamuzam, my everything are basically higher than what it is there. You get, it's like the game evens the playing field. You get the same stars as your enemies, and you don't even have your own gear or your own spiritual arts. So it's kind of hard, but you can do different strategies on it. It is interesting for people who can afford it. For free to play, I don't think so. Anyways, let's move on. Now, if you have the 100 summons free choice, well, you do. In the beginning, you will get it. Now, this is what I recommend to get from here is mainly light and dark food, and that is the reason why. The reason why is because you will need them quite a lot if you want to build a light unit. Now, a person like me who is trying to go for 3 lights, very ambitious and very dumb, but I've been needing to go for constant light food. Now, that might entail in a lot of purple lights or just 5-star light, you know. But there are exceptions. If you get a unit that you like in one of the 3s, like Ulquiorra, Jin, Rukia, Aizen, Okitake, Mayuri, Sajin, I don't know. Let's say you really fancy those units. Then, I mean, go for it. Why not, right? But just in general, if you want to min-max it a little bit, I'd say go for LD mainly. But Ulquiorra, I feel like is kind of must though. But yeah, anyways, let's move on. The small facts, but you need 10 copies of a unit. Okay, so be aware of that. Let's say from 5-star to 13-star, I need 1 base and 10 copies. Okay, so that's 11 of them. 11 of them. Is a lot. Do be aware. But yeah, let's move on. You have been getting support boxes, right? The game gives you basically one, which will have either Mayuri, Okitake, Byakuya, and Unohana. Well, they are great units, except Unohana. I don't like her. Okay, Byakuya, I can see definitely for a whale who runs a pure warrior team. I can see it totally. For free to play, I don't recommend that much. For pay to play with full warrior, go ahead. For free to play, I'd say go for Mayuri or Okitake. Both are very strong. Okitake might be a little bit better later on. Mayuri has quite a good AoE heal, while Okitake has a shield. But I do recommend before choosing one of them to first even pull one of them. Okay, so you won't be doing anything with a 5-star healer. So it's better to just wait until you pull either Mayuri, Okitake, maybe even Byakuya, and select it, and now you can make them into an 8-star. Wow, congratulations. Otherwise, you'll be stuck with it at 5-star for a while. Now, same thing with the 3 faction selection. Well, we're gonna completely ignore Shinji over here. He's not even a core, just ignore that one. We want to go for either Aizen, Rukia, or Jin. Okay, very simple. Jin is a decent unit. Rukia is a decent unit, and so is Aizen. So if you get a dupe of any of them, I think just go with it. I don't see a reason for you to be too picky on it. Aizen will be good for CC. Now that might not be the best for PvE, like boss fights, but for PvP, I've been beaten by Aizen a few times because he's been stunning my team. So yeah, I don't think there's much of a difference between them, honestly. Like, if I am being honest, Rukia has a nice attack stat where she stacks her buffs if she keeps attacking. It's nice, it's not bad. I do recommend her. She is more balanced, I'd say, since I feel like Sasuke Aizen is more like a PvP oriented unit, and Jin is more boss fight oriented unit with his bleed, except for the times when the bleed doesn't work, like certain bosses are immune. But if they're not, he's actually really strong. Currently as well, he is dealing more damage than my Ulquiorra in the Noitra boss fight, for example. But yeah, otherwise he's kinda let's say 11-star Jin deals about kinda the same damage as a 9-star Serra, roughly, for me at least. But yeah, and Rukia is kinda like in the middle. She's kinda decent in boss fight and kinda decent in PvP. So yeah, it's your choice, but I would recommend just to wait until you get one dupe from a summon before you choose anyways. So yeah, I think that's about it. Shiny coupons, yeah. I think I already told most about the shop stuff on my shop video. So on Budokan, I'd say go always for all 120. At latest, maybe on the last day. You don't need to do what I did, because technically I get 3 free fights every single day, so it's not that bad. Another tip is to Unagiya, just quest privileges, just buy the free stuff here, these 2, and you're good. And then you just reset until you get an A tier quest, and you just repeat pressing it. You don't care even if you run out of tickets, just use your Magatamas. It's just 30. You'll get them back quite fast, actually. I'd say it pays itself, and these are, I'd say, worth it, kinda. But yeah, alright, that's it. See ya next time. Bye bye.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind